Clash Royale announced the final balance changes. They are live in the game right now, and I'm gonna show you everything that's gonna be changed. Don't forget to use creator code Tryaz in the shop for free, and now let's go. As you already know, arrows were part of the work in progress balance changes, and Supercell is changing the nerf. Before it was the crown tower damage that was reduced by 58%. Now they will change the radius. So the radius around the arrow rain is going from 4 ties to 3.5 ties. Let's have a look at the stats here as well. Radius 4, now it will be on 3.5. So it's a bit harder to predict something that everything is inside this radius, which is also a good change in my opinion. What do you think about it? By the way, the gameplay is here from the dev build and it's sadly not updated, so you cannot see these changes here. Next is the Evo Snowball, and it will stay the same. Evo Snowball is very less used card in the current meta. I don't know, maybe because it's a 2-cycle spell or because other evolutions are obviously way too broken here. But Supercell is changing the slow duration, and you can already see this here. Before it was 3 seconds, now they will increase it to 4 seconds. So if you have a look at this mini packer here, it's freeze and freeze and freeze and slowed down, and yeah, it's basically not stopping to remove the slow. Let's have a look at this packer as well. Snowball's coming down and it's slowed down for 4 entire seconds. Slow is over, and yeah, let's jump into the next card. And Supercell keeps nerfing the tower damage, but instead of nerfing it by entire 50%, it's only been nerfed by 24%. Means the tower damage goes from 58 to 44 damage. So a bit less tower damage, overall 24, basically 25%. Not that much as before. What do you think about it? Are you more happy that Log is not getting that much of a big spell nerf? I think Log is the most liked spell in the entire Clash Royale, I'm pretty sure here. So let me know your feedback about it in the comments. Next we have the Rage spell, and Supercell will keep this change. After leaving the Rage spell, the Rage duration will go from 2 seconds to 1 second. So when a troop leaves the Rage spell, it's no longer Rage for 2 seconds, but only for 1 second. Next to this also counts for the Rage spell from the Evo Lumberjack and also from the Lumberjack, of course. Our next card is the Rune Giant, and this card is getting a drastic nerf. It's for real massive. What is gonna be changed here? We cannot see it right here, of course, but the change is that enchanted troops will only be enchanted for 5 seconds and not unlimited. So in case you play a troop, you enchant it and the Rune Giant is going to die, the enchantment will only last for 5 seconds. So in case you are enchanting a Lava Hound, for example, and the Rune Giant is going to die, after 5 seconds the enchantment disappears and the Lava Hound will deal the normal damage on the tower, no longer that much damage as before. And this is a drastic nerf because many people were playing with the intention, yeah, I can play my Rune Giant and then enchant 2 troops, and I don't care about my Rune Giant, I just care about my enchanted troops, and now they are getting no value at all. So in my opinion, a very big nerf. What do you think about it? Will Rune Giant still be playable, or is this nerf probably a bit too massive? Next we have the Electro Wizard, and this change you can see here is actually the one that will be available in game as well. So what's going to be changed here? It's the damage. It will be increased by 5%, so not that much. I think Supercell is buffing this card a bit because Electro Wizard is more like a dead card. We have other cards that are way better performing in the current meta, like for example the Dart Goblin, especially the poisoned, the evolution one with the poison effect is way better than an Electro Wizard. Why should you use Electro Wizard? They already got a buff last time with a bigger deploy radius and now getting a slight damage buff. Let's see how good it works, and let's jump to the next card. The next one is the cannon, and as far as I know it also includes the evolution cannon. No guarantees here, but I'm pretty sure this is also a change for evolution cannon. Supercell will not change damage, which was the intention before. Now they are changing the hit speed, and hit speed is a very interesting factor because hit speed has a way higher priority than nerfing damage. If you nerf the hit speed, it takes longer to kill a card than if they just reduce it by 5%. Sometimes you have some interactions where 5% is actually changing something, but having a hit speed nerf is changing all interaction, as it always takes longer to take down a card. If it's just a damage change, it's not always changing the interactions, but this hit speed change always changes by at least 0.1 seconds. So what's the change here? Yeah, they are changing the hit speed from 0.9 seconds to 1 entire second. So 0.1 seconds slower, which is good in my opinion, as cannon is the most used building, I guess, in Clash Royale. So good job here, team. Next we have the princess, and you already know this change. You can see it when you just look at this gameplay. When you deploy the princess, she now takes a bit longer until she drops onto the map. So the deploy time goes from 1 second to 1.2 seconds, which means it takes a bit longer until she's in the arena, which means if you have really fast reflexes, you can place something. If your enemy is placing this troop at the bridge, I know it's really annoying, but when you go when you pay attention to the game and at the cycle as well, you can finally predict princess at the bridge just by visual reflexes. You see the princess is coming and you place something and you can predict her. Before it was placing this troop and you were not able to predict it. Now you place it and it's hard, but it's able to predict her. Next to this, she's getting a slight buff, which you can also see here because the deploy time is now a bit later. Her first hit is faster. So every time she's dealing her first hit, it will be way faster. So you see the princess is dropped here, and when she hits now, the hit is dropping 0.0 seconds faster. So overall nothing changes, but you can predict her at the bridge or on other positions as well. So that's basically the change for the princess. We have 2 more cards, and the next one is the Royal Chef. The Royal Chef will not be changed at all based from the work in progress balance changes. His cooking time will be decreased by 13%. Before it was from 24 to 40 seconds. Now it's 21 to 35 seconds. So 3 to 5 seconds overall faster. I don't know, Chef Cook was a bit dead after the last drastic nerf. We had 3 nerfs for this card. Now they are buffing it a little bit to hopefully not buff it too much. We don't want to see Royal Chef in every deck. Royal Chef was definitely too strong before this huge nerf. Let's see if this helps the card or not. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not playing Royal Chef. I'm playing Princess Tower. I'm a normal player. And last but not least, we have another card, and it's another spell. Maybe you are waiting for this. It's the Void, and Void is getting the same change as before, the Void interval. So how often or how fast the Void is hitting the target. It's making womp 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 instead of womp womp womp. Before it was 1.3 seconds. You can see it in the stats. You cannot see it in the stats, but it was 1.3 seconds between every strike. So it was a womp, 1.3 seconds, womp, 1.3 seconds, womp. Now it's womp, 1 second, womp, 1 second, womp. So it's basically hitting the troops a little bit faster. It makes womp, 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 and that's what the Void is now gonna do. So in my opinion, it's a slight buff. Supercell is marking this as a rework. In my opinion, it's a buff. So I think a great change here. I think Void is still a bit bad in the current meta, as it's dealing 2 less damage. It was powerful on hitting single troops and killing them instantly. Now it cannot kill the troops, so it's not viable in many decks. I saw Void in one single lava hunt at the top 200, so definitely a dead spell. I think it needs a bigger buff to bring it back into the meta. Anyways, that's it for today, boys. Let me know your feedback in the comments. What do you think about the final changes? Are they good? Don't forget to use creator code Tryaz. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see us in our next video. Bye.